Hello, thanks for tuning in and welcome to the pool party. I hope you can swim because we're definitely diving into the deep end with a huge splash of truth, facts, evidence, information, and proof. Swim. Say what you mean. It's talk about talking. How we listen, how we hear, how we speak, how we hear what we're listening to when we speak, how a listener hears what we're saying, if what we're saying, what they're actually hearing and or understanding. Is it clear? Swim. Say what you mean. Well, that's just the beginning of understanding, because after we get that understanding, how do we accept it? How we respond if it's not what we expect is paramount. Are you okay with the truth? Are you man, woman, human, or spiritual enough to accept the truth? Let's find out.
Let's do it.
Welcome to The Swimming Pool with your host, Travis Bridges.
Good morning. I like to say good morning when it's morning, but of course, this could be viewed by anyone at any day and time. So if it's nighttime or afternoon when you view this, do me a small favor. Charge it to my head and not to my heart, because I don't mean to be wrong. But anyhow, welcome to another Swim, S-W-Y-M. I am your host, Travis Bridges. SWIM is the acronym for Say What You Mean. Here's my question to you. Are you saying what you mean? Are you meaning what you say? Do you know how important that is in life, to say what you mean and mean what you say, and actually have some kind of integrity when it comes to it? For me, for instance, man, if I tell you 4 o'clock, I really do mean 4 o'clock. If you tell me 3:30, guess what? I actually believe you mean 3:30. So when 3:30 rolls around and I don't see you, that little boy in me says, oh, they rejected me again. Or at 4 o'clock when I'm supposed to be there, and I'm not there at 3:30, you're going to know already. Well, that's just another one of my things. So let's not get into that. I have probably less than 20 minutes before I have to get up and go hop into the shower and get ready for a meeting that I have coming up, a very important one I've waited for so long. So I'm going to be having that meeting in just a short few moments. With that being said, I don't even know. I put a title on this, and I'm just here for my own therapy again today. So I guess maybe you'll understand what I mean when you look in the description, as well as maybe when I make my final and or closing point. I am still on extended stay, and I am on travel mode, and I will be for the next few weeks. So my workouts and my morning route, particularly the walks, have been different, especially over the past couple of days. It's been incredibly different. Let's see, I have some different music here that I wanted to try. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it first. Okay, just give me a second. Hold on. Work with me. Oh, here, let's see if this works. Can you hear that music? I wanted to put that on just for me because of how I was feeling this morning. Where was I? I was talking about my new morning route. I don't think I like that music playing, so let me just stop it. Okay, with that being said, my route. I've been seeing some different scenery. My other walk was not as rural as the new walk. So when I walk in the mornings now, I see some of the most beautiful scenes in nature, and it's an incline. So when I get to the actual top, I can see a lot of things that I can't see from the very bottom. And it's an actual about a 35-minute walk. I've timed it a few times uphill. And then it's crazy. The walk down on the other side of the mountain/hill is just as intense. So, walking downhill can be as powerful as walking uphill. But again, I only have a few minutes, so I want to get to my point. Now, there's some slides/videos that I want to talk about. So this is something that, let's see, let me find it. Day one. Okay, so I have this thing for unique things that stand out. And while I'm walking and I'm actually getting my power in, sometimes I'm walking fast. Sometimes I get a light jog in, and sometimes I'm just kind of moderate. But either way, I'm trying to get as much energy going as possible. In other words, trying to burn as many calories as possible. With that being said, when I see different stuff, it just catches my attention. And lately I'll take a photo or a video, and I have some photos and videos that were unique to me. May not mean anything to you, but I want to share them with you. Now, this is of something that was just sitting on the side of the road that caught my attention, and I caught it 2 days in a row. The first day I noticed that it was functioning probably like it's supposed to because of the way it was actually functioning. And the next day it wasn't functioning the same. And I have a revelation in that. But let me just go to it first. Let me hit it. Okay, you see this little stream? This is something that someone actually made. And if you listen carefully, you can hear how it's actually functioning now. And you can hear the water going down. This is a drain that's coming from someone's overflow that's going out to the street to actually, to drain. And it's functioning. And I thought it was interesting that it was on the side of the road. People pass by it all the time. No one stops. I'm probably the only crazy person that will stop and notice that. But I just thought it was something that was cool, that was functioning. And then I have it on a different day. If you notice here how the stream is not as bold as it was. Let me just turn this. If you notice, it's the first day it was running pretty hard. And I can only imagine on some days it's running like twice as fast as the other one. And then on other days, it's not doing anything at all. But the purpose is still there. Sometimes it's getting its use, sometimes it's not. And some days it's just there, and you may or may not see it. But with that being said, I just wanted to talk about it for a moment because it was interesting to me. Maybe mean nothing to you, but give me my moment here because I'm going somewhere. And okay, that was the fast running and the slow running function. And this is a different day of a whole different type thing. This was actually today. I stopped long enough to capture this type of waterfall that was pretty much the same function, but it was natural. And I've seen waterfalls that were way bigger than this, and people actually get underneath them when they're swimming or having their fun. And it was just interesting to me. So I just stopped because this sound was so peaceful to me. And I didn't, I didn't stop my workout for this completely, but it was interesting. And this is another one also, much more quiet, but interesting to me. And if you look at how peaceful this water is, it's not, you can't even hear it that well. But these are little things that I noticed that I think are just unique. Call me crazy if you want to, but it's therapy for me. And especially now in this day and time, I need all the therapy I can get. So I just thought I would share this. And I think I'm going to be out of here in the next 10 minutes. But before I go, and before I make my point, I have another one. And this is interesting. I want you to look at this. Oh, there's my music again. Okay. This is a rose. And if you look at the bottom, there's one more. But this one stood out. There is a whole shrubbery hedge along this block that I was walking in the neighborhood today. And there were no other roses anywhere. And I noticed this one sticking out from afar. And I thought, man, how amazing. So of course I went up to take a picture. And just as I was taking a picture, although I've been doing this route for just a couple of days, someone that I guess notices me, I stand out because of the environment here. Someone noticed me from a few days and just blew the horn And I thought that was cool for people to notice and recognize and even be friendly. But I'm going to go to the video of this one, and you'll be able to see how this whole privacy hedge is, there are no other roses sticking out. I'm sure whoever planted this intended for it to be, noticeable by the amount of roses, and I can't imagine they would just put one unless this is a natural growth. But let me just change the scene for a second. This is the actual video of that same rose, and as I zoom out, you will see that the whole hedge, here comes my buddy coming by on the moto. Hey, okay. If you will notice, as I zoom out here, there are no more on the whole block of hedge that was there. And I saw it from, a few 100 feet back, and it was interesting to me. So when I got up a little closer to it, I thought I would take a video of it and just share it with you. And let's see if there are any more. No, that was just a rose, and that was just that moment. So I guess I'm going to make my point. All of those things that I notice probably mean nothing to other people passing by or walking by, whether they're riding or walking or whatnot. And in my description, I say something about one man's trash being another man's treasure. As I walked today, I saw many things, and I can't do videos of everything. But this in particular caught my attention, and it meant something to me. It inspired and motivated me in a whole bunch of different ways. And I took the photos, and I will use the photos and the videos in some other capacity, maybe on another live stream. But the point I want to make, in the description, I talk about the difference between saxophones. As a musician, I play what I call top tier professional grade saxophones now, and I have quite a few of them for travel and for just the different feel and different sounds, and some for just the look. But for the most part, I have different ones for convenience. I have to leave some in different locations, so when I travel, I'm not carrying a lot of baggage with me. But the point I'm making is there's a difference between a beginner and intermediate and a professional grade horn. And of course, a beginning student playing on the first day would have, a $5,000 horn would be interesting. But most parents and people who are advising always start students out on student horns or intermediate horns. After they've been playing for a while, they can upgrade because there is a slight difference in performance. With that being said, just because a student horn does not appeal to me does not mean a kid, like when I was 10 years old, when I first got my saxophone, it was a beginner horn. It was shiny, it was new, and I was excited about it. I didn't even know about an intermediate or a professional grade horn until well long after I started playing. But I guess the point I'm making, and in closing, is just because something doesn't capture my attention doesn't mean someone else may not value it or appreciate it. But when that horn was created at the factory, it was created for a particular purpose and or a particular person. And just because a professional grade horn may be better for me as a professional doesn't again mean that a student or a child will not really appreciate that. And in my final close, I'm going to talk about the therapy that I need today. Not everything and everyone is going to fit. There are some places that I have attempted to play. As a matter of fact, I got a text message from this one establishment that I've been working on for a couple of years now, finally called and said, hey, let's talk. Maybe they see the value now. Maybe they see where it works for them now. I don't know. Either way, it's been a long time where in my psyche, I felt like, well, they don't like me. They don't value me. Or maybe they just don't know. Or maybe it just wasn't time for me to actually be there. But obviously it is, because I got the text message today and expect to hear from them very shortly about making some business plans to play there. With that being said, and in closing, someone or something or you yourself may not fit in an outfit today. I remember these camouflage pants that I bought when I couldn't even get my thigh in them all the way. But I had a plan in my head that one day I would be able to fit them. Guess what? I've worn them out. If you see me somewhere around and you see me with these camouflage like denim type pants on, they have a meaning, and I wear them all the time, sometimes 2 days in a row, back to back. They smell good, so I can do that sometimes. The point I'm making is don't knock yourself because you're in a season where you're either not ready, or a situation or a person or a group of people may not be ready for you at the time, or you could have been in a situation so long that your time is up. The point I want to make, how many points have I made? This is the final closing. Be okay with who you are and where you are. I said on another live stream or maybe a post, I've been writing a lot lately, and I was talking about standards and value. When you build your standards and you stand by your value, someone may see it, someone may not. Someone may see it today and not see it another day, or someone may not see it today and just like the establishment that reached out says, okay, let's talk. They may see it. I just want to encourage you and myself to continue to be valuable based on what you know. There's a standard. Okay, someone may have been raised in a different environment, different culture or whatnot. So they may have different values and standards, but as a human, we know what's good and right. We know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. My encouragement for myself today, and for anyone that may listen to this, hold strong to your values and hold strong to what you know is good and right. And you can't go wrong. And it doesn't matter how something may look today or how you may feel. I'm big on feelings too. I try not to let how I feel be too big of a factor in what's actually reality. But with that being said, stand firm on what you know to be good, right, sensible, reasonable, and appropriate from a human perspective. Again, we're raised in different households and different cultures, and what might be appropriate for someone may not be appropriate for someone else. But we're all human, and we have human values, and that's what I want to focus on, and that's what I want to leave myself and you with. Raise your standards. Stay strong to whatever you know your value to be. And it's okay if today you're not appreciated. It doesn't mean you're not valuable, just like the student saxophone. It's still valuable, just not to me at this time. But as a child, at one time, that saxophone was golden. So remember to be who you are, stand strong in that, and be okay with whatever life deals you in a particular day. Because just as sure as gold is gold, someone else may like silver or platinum or some other type of metal, but gold will always hold its value. Be gold, my friends, or live your life like it's golden. With that being said, find someone you need to say I love you to. Don't just say it. Show it, mean it, let it be true. And whether it's accepted or rejected, value is value, whether it is noticed and or appreciated or not. Till the next time, take good care of yourself, okay? All right, ciao.
SWYM.
Swim.
Say what you mean. As much as this information is designed to bring awareness to how we listen, hear, and process, it is also a form of therapy. The little person inside of all of us needs to be heard. As adults, even listening to ourselves is a form of healing, strengthening, and growth. It's okay to speak, talk, express yourself, and be heard, even if you're the only listener. If our testimony does anything at all for anyone else, that makes the continued effort worth the time. Get the words out. You'll feel better, and that's a promise. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
You know, sometimes it seems like all the good times are gone, but you got to keep on searching. You got to keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. For example, take me sitting right here today. I would not be here with you if I believed the things that the people say. You got to keep on searching. Keep on searching. Keep
keep it on the cool side.
Keep on looking around.
Mighty Horn Music is live from the Hollywood Home Studio. This is how we do it on Sunday nights. I really like to play for a live audience, but this virtual thing has been getting